welcome to MentorMe Memorable Moments. We are excited to be back here this week with the financial health segment. We want to thank you for joining us at the studios of WLVS Radio Listen Vision Live, where you're probably visiting us or viewing us through their website, listenvisionlive.com, or our website, mentorme411.com. But I'm not alone today. I'm here with my co-host,
William Craig III, and by the way, this is Ted.
Hello.
Always Ted, but certainly every now and then Tracy Everett Duncan.
Yes. And we want to welcome 150 nations.
And all 50 of these United States.
That's right. We are growing. Here we grow again.
Yes, indeed.
And so if you are not connected with us on social media, go to our Facebook, MentorMe Memorable Moments, and you connect with us there. Or you can also connect with us on Twitter, MentorMe411, and again at our website, MentorMe411.com. But William, this segment is very important, and it's going to be intense and heavy.
Yes.
And so we were tweeting out and sending out social media messages to not only get your latte, your coffee, your tea, or anything else you want to drink, but also get your pad and your pencil, because we've got a guest that's going to really knock it out the park.
Yes.
He is phenomenal when it comes to building wealth, internet marketing, across the YouTube channels. We're going to introduce him. But I just want to talk about some of the things that he's going to be talking about and questions that he's going to be answering for us tonight. So our segment here is From the Projects to Wall Street, Your Pathway to Wealth.
Sounds like a nice walk.
Yeah, it is. And I cannot wait to introduce you to our guest. But we have been airing on WLVS Listen Vision Studios since 2014. And our financial health segment is always the third Sunday of every month. That is not going to change, the third Sunday of every month. And so we have introduced you to just the basic money management, budget and spending plans and savings and taxes and things like that. But I always had a question or a comment concerning our dollars.
Okay.
And I made the comment that when you see low gas prices, that's not always a good thing.
That's
and
correct.
So we're going to have Derry talk to us tonight about that. Also, some of the taxes, things are going on with the taxes that we haven't really been paying attention to.
Okay.
And we introduced it again. 2014, 2015. Here we are in 2016. We're still singing this song. Derry's going to talk to us about these new changes in the tax laws that allows IRS to go into your bank account while you sleep and take some of your money so that they can pay their debt. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too.
Okay.
But did you have any comments you wanted to say or anything that you wanted to address before we actually bring in Derry?
No, I do want to make sure that he covers, because we have our 5 tenets of good health.
Yes.
And he has his basically, I'll say, 5 tenets of wealth.
Hello.
So I want to make sure we cover that, if nothing else. Okay, because that was, I find it to be exciting, and I think it would be helpful to you, the viewers.
Okay, well, all right. You know what? Without even saying anything else, we're going to introduce to you Derry Wall Street Perkins. Derry, are you on call?
Yes, I am. I appreciate it, Tracy. Thank you guys for bringing me on the line today. It's been a pleasure. I've been looking at Tracy for about a year now on some of the things that she has done. And she reached out to me, guys, and, it's my pleasure to come online and just to share some of the knowledge that I've been gaining over my years to get going in the financial market.
Yes. Derry and I met when there was this crowdfunding launch going on. And I believe, Derry, it was 2015, the early part of that. And I mean, the teams were excited. They were coming from all foreign nationals, and they were growing. Everyone wanted to get in this crowdfunding campaign, and then something happened.
Okay.
And so while we were waiting to get the final approval from our state's governments and our nationals, Derry started holding these YouTube classes, webinars, live and on the air, and we tuned in. just about every day, about 9 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes we would tune in late in the evening, about 7:30, and
Okay.
he would just take us into midnight, and we couldn't wait to get up the
That's
next
great.
morning. Derry, you are an exciting person to have on our program and so knowledgeable. What I want to do is kind of break up your segment because I want people to truly understand the approach of money management, cash flow, wealth, and how to build it all. But before we do that, I want to know about you and how did you get into this market and why did you even get into this? So let's know a little bit about Wall Street.
Okay, I appreciate that. Well, to go back, I'm just going to start back from the project. I grew up in Newark, New Jersey in the 70s, and I went to high school, went to Newark Tech, and then I just wanted to be a carpenter. And thank God that did not work out. And so I joined the service, and then I stayed in service for 20 years, guys, from 1979 to 1999, did all the crazy stuff in the military, jumped out of airplanes, helicopters. I was a drill instructor. I did a lot. Mm-hmm. But then in my last 5 years, I said, wait a minute, my career is about to end. What am I doing? So, when you play in soldier and you really don't really look outside the box, and I'm talking about this too because the people are working at a job and not looking outside the box. So I started to look outside the box, and in my last 4 years, I had an opportunity to go become a computer engineer. And so I went to school, got my NCSE, my CCNA, for some of the folks out there, they know what that is. But I actually started learning about technology. And then I saw the changes that happened inside that technology. So what happened, I started to learn a little bit. I got out of the military, and then I got a job working for SunTrust Bank. And while I was there, I started taking classes from N2K way back when on the stock market. And I started to learn a little bit about the stock market. And, back in those days, you really didn't see a lot of blacks into the stock market. You never saw commercials with black people doing it. You never saw CNBC showing black people in the stock market. You really didn't have anybody to really look at. And then when I went to N2K, it was a black dude that was teaching it. I used to go down to, matter of fact, Russell Daniels used to take us down there. He's one of my mentors that, we worked together. We went down there and we started learning about the stock market. But I just took hold of it. And I started to learn a lot. And I started taking other mentors. So when it's all said and done, I spent about $50,000 to learn about the market.
Wow.
From mentorship, from, taking classes, seminars, wasting money, donating to the market. I mean, you're going to go through these changes as you grow.
Yeah.
And that's really what got me going to the financial market. And then I started learning about insurance. I got my insurance license. I went and learned about mortgages. I went to learn about a lot of different things when it comes to money because I really got into the money aspect of how to grow it, how to build it, and then how to protect it. And that's what most people don't understand. It's not just building cash flow. You got to start learning how to build it with more aspects and then learn to protect it with all different things that's out there today with LLCs, corporations and stuff like that.
So, Derry, let me ask you this question because you said you invested some, you lost a lot, but you kept that stamina, you stayed in that game. What kind of message can you deliver to those who are in there, but they want to quit? The money's not growing fast enough, or they may have made the bad decision on what they chose, and they just want to get out of it.
All right, great question. This is the best thing I can give somebody. What you don't know is because you don't have a mentor. Most people think that they can learn the financial markets on their own, which is going to cost them a big mistake.
Right.
And the only thing it's doing is not based on experience. It's based on bad habits will produce more bad habits. If you don't learn the right habits to do, you're going to always have those bad habits. So a mentor, especially when it comes to trading, you need a mentor to work with you to start building in your long-term strategy to build financial wealth. It's not going to come from what you think you know, and you're not going to learn it from reading a book. That I can promise you. It's not. If that was the case, every librarian would not be a librarian today.
That's true. That is true. So now I know some of the investments you talked about when you were tutoring us on the webinar is the penny investment.
Penny
Can you talk?
stocks.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay, so penny stocks, so we talk about the stock market right now, guys. So penny stocks is a way that you can make money, but most likely it's the way you're going to throw away money. When it comes to penny stocks, it's basically dealing with momentum at a certain time frame, and it may only be like maybe 3 to 5 days within that cycle, and then you can actually make money from that penny stock. If you're looking at stocks that used to be more than a penny, and then all of a sudden they fell back down, let's say, and let's break down the premise on this first. A penny stock is what they call stocks that are pretty much like $3 and less.
Okay.
Okay, so some stocks, maybe some stocks are less than a penny. So how can a stock be less than a penny? Well, they do have stocks that are less than a penny, but really up to about $3 in range. So if you get newsletters, and a lot of people, they got certain people that market penny stocks that you can make, like take $5,000 and turn it to $25,000, $100,000. But if you don't know what to look for, that's like a crapshoot.
Right.
You're really gambling. And when it comes to penny stocks, most likely you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, and based on your information, I don't recommend penny stocks. I personally will never recommend penny stocks to people because most of them will flatten out. You're not going to have the right information, and you're donating to the market.
Okay.
Okay.
We just
and
got
we're not in the process of donating. We want to take money out of the market, not donate to the market.
And we just want to remind people that at the very core of Bernie Madoff's whole pyramid was his genesis with penny stocks. And that's how he initially got his first folks hooked, was because just like you said, Derry, he took them from a position of a few hundred or maybe a couple $1,000s and saved them through what they thought was a crisis. But the bottom line was he propped it up with his own money. So they actually would have been losers, but he made them think they were winners, and that started
Correct.
that whole chain reaction.
Yep, absolutely.
Now,
And the one thing about, I'm going to say this too while we're doing it. One thing about money, guys, there's so many athletes, so many people that's in the rap game, that's in music, that's in whatever they're doing. They made a lot of money from it. And then they never look at getting education. The biggest problem that happened with the Ponzi scheme of Bernie Madoff is that people only wanted the cash flow, and they want to turn their money over to somebody else instead of, okay, you made me this much money. Let me take some of that money off the table. Let me learn what you do so I can actually mirror what you're talking about.
Wow. Yeah. That's powerful. And here we go. I mean, it's worth even you saying it again. But at the end of the day, some people are just gonna be greedy. We're in a culture now where folks, A, want something for nothing, and B, we're in a microwave culture. So it's like, I gotta have it now.
and I got to have it fast.
Right, right. I'm with you.
And people think that when they do, you know what, before we even begin on this, because I know this is becoming very intense, this is about to get deep. But let me read this disclaimer really quick for everyone. We just want you to know that we're not recommending any financial advice. Trading is risky, and you can lose your entire investment. This is shared information for informational purposes only. We want to make that clear to you. Wall Street, the segment is from the projects to Wall Wall Street. That is that our guest was born and raised in the projects, but because of his knowledge and his self-investment in understanding stocks and markets and cash and real estate and all that kind of wealth, they have nicknamed him in the community Wall Street.
Right.
So that's why we're going from the projects to Wall Street with this disclaimer.
So we're sharing with you his testimony
Yes.
of what he has experienced and information that he does share, but at the same time, we make no claims that we are financial advisors of any sort.
Exactly. So now Wall Street, we were talking about the stocks, and some people get into it and they feel like they're not doing very well, so they want to rip their money out. They don't understand long-term versus short-term. Can you kind of break that down for us a bit?
I sure can. Let's do this real quick. So let's talk about my 5 pillars of wealth first before we actually get there. So the 5 pillars is create cash flow. Number 2 is acquire precious metals. Number 3, infinite banking system. Number 4, learn to trade. Number 5, acquire real estate. That's not all you got to do, but if you have those 5 things in place, your wealth is building based on everything that you put inside those 5 pillars, that as you grow older, everything, your money is protected, is growing as you continue to get older. Now let's go back to pillar number 4, learn to trade.
Okay.
So when it comes to trading, guys, there's actually 3 things that we do in trading. One is called scalping, which means that I'm going to take money out. I'm going to put a trade on today. I might leave it on for 15 minutes or less. Scalping. I'm just going in, make a few dollars, get out. Boom. Do the same thing again. I could do 15, 20 trades, 30 trades a day.
Okay.
That's called scalping the market. The next thing you want to do is what we call a swing trade. Okay, so income-producing trades. Income-producing trades or trades that I'm looking to just pull money out, build up on an account, and then use that money to fund other things with. So when I talk about swing trading, that means I'm going to leave a trade on for 3 to 5 days, okay? Now, some trades you do that with based on the different markets. You have, we'll talk about markets in a moment. And then we talk about wealth-building trades. This is for the long term. This is for you're building on your retirement. This is like your Roth IRA account, your 401k. There's so many people that have these accounts, and what happened when the market pulls down, for example, let's look at, and I'm going to give you an example here. In October, part of the S&P 500, for folks who don't know what that is, the S&P 500 is the 500 stocks, okay, that the economy is based on. A lot of you hear about the Dow 30, but it's really the S&P 500. So what happens is the market pulls back over time, okay? It go up for a moment, pull back. We have some times it pulled back in last year around the same time, or 1,800, went all the way back up to 2,100. Came down again last year twice. It did that, and then this year it went a little bit deeper to about 1,805, which was a buying opportunity at the time.
Right.
People didn't see it, and then all of a sudden you got in. It came down, retested that same level, and then boom, it shot up, and it's trading around 2064 right now. So if we look at 1,805 to 2064, target somewhere could be around here, may pull back a little bit more. But we're looking at getting back up to 2,100 maybe before the end of the year. But just for me to say that is this. A lot of people will exit at 1,805. I can't take it no more.
Right.
And they get out. So they're looking at the P&L, the profit and loss.
Right.
And they're looking at, not looking at it as a buying opportunity. In other words, the stock market was on sale. It's like you're going to have to buy a pair of shoes. When the stock market is on sale, it's called fire in the streets. People run, but the opportunists, they look at, you know what? This is a low that it hit before. I tell you what, let me go in and snack a little bit of this up. Let me get a little bit of this. Let me get a little bit of this. And then another thing you're going to learn about later on in the segment, we're going to talk about renting out your stock.
Yeah.
To actually bring in more money. But that's where that goes into the play is having a mentor is different than you trying to figure everything out on your own because you haven't seen it You haven't spent 10,000 hours looking at a trade screen, right? You haven't seen the ups and downs of the market. You're only looking at the day-to-day, and most people, some companies are going to fail, of course, just like anything else, but then some companies are going to take off and really make a change in the marketplace. And sometimes you see these opportunities, like what happened in Netflix, what happened in Apple, what happened in some other companies. There are things that happen that the price just dipped real good, and you look at it and say, whoa, okay, it's time for me to jump in here, snag a little bit of stuff, and then we take it from there.
We had a guest on the program last June, July, Kiever Sturdivant, who is a former Morgan Stanley financial advisor. And she has created a program because she visits all of the colleges and universities across the nation, teaching our college students about money management, investment, things like that.
Right.
And one of her students took her recommendations to heart and went out and bought a stock, one single share of a famous tennis shoe, and is watching it grow. And he came back to her to thank her for that, because just buying that stock and knowing that he now owns a part of that company and that he can walk into any boardroom where they're voting and cast his vote as well made him change his whole persona. He's no longer walking around in dungarees hanging down off of his hiney. He's now in nice little pants and a shirt and maybe a tie every once in a while, and he carries himself differently as well. So when you're talking about this, are you able to bring it down to that young adult level so that they understand too and not make the mistakes that we have made with our trusted funds?
That's great. That's awesome. To answer that question, the answer is simply yes. I actually went to a high school. My daughter at the time was 14 years old, ninth grade, went to her high school, and I sat with a teacher, and we were talking about the FX market. And I was explaining to the kids, 14, 15 years old, talking about the FX market, the euro with the dollar. And I said, let me change everybody's perspective about a penny. I said, in the FX market, especially when it comes to the euro, when the euro moves a penny, 1 penny. Let's say it's at one, for example, the euro right now, I'm actually looking at my chart. Right now, the euro is at 1.12, all right, 1.12. That's $1. For us to buy euro is $1.12, 12.8, all right? When the euro goes from 1.12 to 1.13, okay, that's a move of a penny. That's 100 pips. That is worth $1,000 on a standard account.
Wow.
$1,000. And when you look at, that's a standard account, so $10 a pip, they call it. And then you say, well, if you don't want to trade it that high, you can trade it for $1. So it moves 1 penny, it's a $100 move. And that's the benefit of having a mentor and understanding the market. When I take kids, I love to teach kids. And the reason is because kids, they don't let fear step in the way. They look at it as a game. You see?
That is true.
Hey, this is coming to a low print. Hey, I like this right now. It's at a low print like it was 3 weeks ago. I'm going to go ahead and step in right now and just get me 3 contracts. And these contracts maybe worth $1, 10 cents, $1. They doing maybe $10 to $100 on that trade. And if it goes up a half a penny, they making $50 to $500. It turns the world around.
Yes, it does.
That would turn my world around too, bro.
Yes.
So to answer that question, yes, I love teaching kids and older people. Just give you another example. I got some members that are in their high 60s. I'm 54 years old. Okay, so they're in their high 60s. So I got a couple members that's in their 70s. And then what happened is we have put on a trade. The trade is over. I'm not recommending the stock right now. But we have bought a stock called ARWR. American research, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Arrowhead Research. So we traded this, and here's the cool thing about understanding the market. We bought the stock, we did a cover call, and then we rent the stock out and brought in 18% as soon as we pressed the button.
Wow.
The money went in your account instantly. I ain't say later, like a month from now when the trade is. No, the money went in the account the second we pressed the button.
18%.
No,
That is powerful.
renting it out is still the part. When I saw that on your site, I'd never heard that.
Yes, because people don't teach that.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
There's no broker. The people say, well, why my broker not teaching me? Because that's not his job.
Exactly.
And believe it or not, most brokers don't even talk about this. They're not. Their job is not to teach you about money.
Right.
Their job is to sell you either products or let you join, and then you go ahead and put your trades on. And if you lose, it don't matter. It doesn't matter to them.
Right.
Because they get paid
Been there,
on
done
your
that.
buys
Right.
and your sells.
Right.
People don't understand that. The broker is the person in between. They getting paid every time you buy something. They getting paid every time you sell something. So their whole job is to let you buy and sell as many times in a day or a month or a year as possible, because that's how they make their money.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned the 5 pillars to wealth, and we covered the learn to trade. Let's talk about the acquire precious metals. Now, that's where
Yeah.
my interest is right
And
now.
we've been talking about that over the past couple of years, about silver and gold and how you need to purchase it. But I definitely want to hear what you have to say today.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so gold is trading right now, the spot price on gold. To buy it is $1,234.10. To sell it is $1,233.50. So $1,234. Let's just say you want to buy it $1,234 an ounce, a troy ounce. Now, what is an ounce of gold? First of all, an ounce of gold is not the same measure as you do with an ounce of water or an ounce of milk, or whatever the case may be. The weight of it is 31 grams equals an ounce of gold. 31 grams, okay?
All right.
So that's a troy. We use troy ounces in gold. Gold and silver is based on troy ounces. So 31 grams equals 1 ounce of gold, all right? So the cool thing about gold, guys, is that when you're buying gold is not meant for you to buy it today, sell it tomorrow. You don't treat gold like stock, okay? Well, let's do this. You can trade gold. We trade gold, and then we actually acquire the physical presence of gold in my hand.
Right.
I want the physical gold in my pocket, but at the same time, I want to be able to trade gold too, because I can actually make money that I get from the market, take that money, and purchase gold with it.
Okay.
You got it? In other words, who's going to give me the money to buy the gold? The stock market is. That's
Okay.
beautiful, if you understand how to do that, okay?
Okay.
All right, so physical gold is not meant to be sold back and forth every single day.
Mm-hmm.
What countries are doing, they're stockpiling their gold.
Yes, they are.
Stockpile. Now, in 1971, just to give you a little bit of history about what we're talking about, in 1971, President Nixon, Tricky Dick, that's what they called him, Tricky Dick, was Richard Nixon. And they said, well, why didn't he get the name Trick? Tricky, Tricky. Here's the reason why.
Yes, he did.
The whole world was collecting United States dollars.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, if you had dollars, you had a silver certificate that was named on that dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it was a gold certificate. Whoever the bearer of this dollar can go to the bank, and they would have to issue them a gram of gold or 5 grams of gold, whatever the case may be, or silver. So what Tricky Dick did, President Nixon, he said in 1971, you can look it up on YouTube, we are no longer on the gold standard. No longer will you be able to pull our gold from our reserves.
Right.
I want you to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happened, Every other country said, oh, my God, we cannot get their gold, so we're not going to just give our gold away to another country because they bear our dollars. So guess what happened? Every single country in the world did the same thing. And guess what we have now? It's
Worthless
called a fiat
paper.
currency.
Right.
In 1931, we became a fiat currency
Yes.
because nobody is willing for you from this country to go over there with their dollars and get their gold from them.
That's right.
So since we did it, everybody else is doing it. So what is our money backed by?
Nothing.
Most
A
people
promise.
It's backed by nothing. Our money is backed by the idea that it's worth something. You got it? That's the truth. Every other country is the exact same way. Okay? So now when you go get your gold, when we look at gold, Robert Kiyosaki,
Yes.
I got to give him credit on that. Look, his partner that he had, that real money is only gold, silver, the metals, gold, silver, and platinum. Okay? Copper, that's real money. But gold and silver has been trading back in the Jesus days.
Right.
You could take a piece of gold, much likely was an ounce of gold or whatever the thickness was at those times, and it would have bought you, for example, let's say it bought you a suit, tie, shoes, and you can fill your tank up with gas or feed the horses or whatever the case may be. But then today, that same 1 ounce of gold is going to buy you $1,234 worth of what? Product.
Right.
That's what it's worth. $1,234. Could you buy you a suit, not an expensive suit, but a suit, a tie, a pair of shoes, and fill up your gas tank with it? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's the same value that it had way back when.
Wow.
And the dollar, you can't take $100 today
And get the same amount
That's
of
right.
value from
and get
it.
the same thing you did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You got a lot more 10 years ago with $100
Well,
than you do today.
that's the comparison we can use with silver. So let's talk about silver and its
Yeah.
value.
Is silver the new gold?
Silver is never going to be the new gold, but silver is 40. Usually, this was the ratio. If you have 40 ounces of silver, you have 1 ounce of gold, the value of it, okay?
Okay.
So by me saying that, let's look at it this way. So silver right now, I'm looking at my chart, silver right now, to buy 1 ounce of silver, what it's worth is $16.25, okay?
Okay.
Now, if I take, let's take 16.25 times 40, because it used to be 40 to 1, right? 40 to 1, that's only $650. Guess what? That's only a half an ounce of gold. So you have to get basically 80 ounces of silver. Look at it, 80 ounces times $16.25. And that's going to give you about $1,300. So about $78, about 80 ounces. Let's say about 73 ounces of silver is going to equal to 1 ounce of gold. If I had a choice, what would I invest in? I'm going to do both. But I want gold compared to silver.
Gotcha.
All right? I want gold compared to silver. I own both. I own silver and I own gold. But I have to store more silver than I do gold for me to transfer to my children, to my grandchildren. You understand what I mean?
Sure.
Right.
I'm buying gold for a wealth. I'm buying gold not to sell today, but as a wealth for generations to come.
Okay.
My gold will be given away. My gold will be given away to my children,
So
hopefully to their grandchildren.
Wall Street, then talk to us about the gold bar.
The gold bar versus what? The gold coin?
The coin.
Yes.
The bar
All right.
versus the coin, and which coin you would recommend if we're talking coins?
All right, so let's talk about the value of gold doesn't change whether it's a gold bar or a gold coin. There's no, well, let me say this to you too. All right, there are people out there that says this coin is worth more than this coin because it's wrapped up in a package. You got it?
Yes.
Yes.
It's NSG certified or this coin is
Right.
certified, right?
Exactly.
But when you go If you found other people that want to buy your gold, then yes, it's a good investment. But I'm not looking to buy gold or silver based on how it's wrapped up in a package.
Okay.
I'm buying gold and silver based on the spot price, right? Based on the spot price and how easy can I sell it or liquidate it if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give you an example. If I had a gold coin and it's not wrapped up in a package, right, and I have these different gold coins or gold bars, doesn't matter, and I take it to a pawn shop, they're going to give me the exact spot price of the sale. For example, for gold, to sell it is $1,233.50. When I take an ounce of gold in there, whether it's a gold coin, an ounce coin, or an ounce bar, they're going to give me at this very moment $1,233.50.
Okay.
I'm going to walk in there with this coin, and they're going to give me $1,200 what it's worth for on a spot price, because that's what they're going to look. Now, for storage, it all depends on how you're going to store it. If you're like my whole goal is to get 5 pounds of gold, okay? Whether it's gold coins, bars, whatever, okay? That's my personal goal that I want to have is 5 pounds, not ounces, 5 pounds of gold, all right? So if you look at that, if you say, well, I want to have this stored somewhere, I want to, in bars, big bars, small bars, coins. And the reason why I usually want coins, because you can travel coins with you, or small bars, you can travel those with you, right? So you got 1 ounce bars, you got 5 gram bars, you got a gram bar, you got different bars, different weight, what that 24 karat gold is worth, okay? And when they say 24 carats, there's no gold worth more than 24 carats.
Right.
It's only 24 carats, okay? So, and the way they do gold, it's like 9949, like 0.9999 pure, okay? There's always going to be something else that's tied to that. And gold, every gold does not have the same color, all right? So some gold color is a bright color. Some is like an African gold piece is darker than American gold piece.
Right.
They're different colors, but they still are the same value and weight. Doesn't matter what country they come from. It's the same value and weight is what determines the price of the coin or the gold itself.
Gotcha.
Hope I educate you a little bit on that.
Whew, wow. I hope everyone's out there taking notes.
If not, we are.
So, you know what?
Okay.
You had mentioned the 5 pillars of wealth. I'm going to move forward, but I want to invite everyone to visit you on YouTube. If you go and look at Derry Perkinson, you can see all his videos where he breaks it down for you, makes it very plain and simple. So we're going to move on to you and I talked about the nations and the euro dollar changing and the gas prices falling, and that's not always a good thing. Can you talk to us about what's happening with this new currency called crystal currency, and why should we be hesitant about gas prices falling?
Oh, my goodness. You got to get into a good topic I love. Okay, so, guys, most people in the world are not recognizing a change that's upon us right now.
Yes.
They're not seeing it. Cryptocurrency. Well, before we get into that, let's talk about this. So when we look at the dollars, every country in the world, every single country in the world, they have a tremendous debt. Their GDP, global debt ratio, the global debt, it's climbing so fast that there's not enough dollars. I don't care if it's U.S. dollars, euros, whatever the paper dollar currency is, there's not enough dollars to support the debt that's being raised. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hands down, that's what it is. So the biggest scare that happened for us in the United States in 2008, why was it such a big scare? Why are they talking about we're about to go into a Great Depression, right? If we didn't take action. Here's the reason. A lot of people outside of the United States was pulling their dollars outside of our economy. They had $10 billion. They'll snatch it up. Hey, I want my $10 billion right now. Transport it. Here's $5 billion. Here's $1 million. Here's $15 million. Here's 20. And all of a sudden, we have more money leaving at a faster rate in 2008 than any other time that happened before in history.
Okay.
And they can't produce, they can't print that fast.
No, that's true.
When you hear QE,
Right.
QE, here's on
Quantitative
the
easing.
Financial News Network all the time talking about QE. We in a third QE. We've already started a fourth QE. What does that mean, QE? That means quantitative easing. What really does that mean?
We're slowing it
Printing
down.
money.
Okay.
It means printing money. They cannot keep up the printing presses that fast, running 24 hours a day, double time, triple time, quadruple time. They can't produce enough dollars to support the debt. People are taking money out of the country faster than they can produce it. That's what happened in 2008. So that's where quantitative easing comes into play. You hear this term a lot. People don't understand what that means. That means money is being printed.
Yeah, they're trying to slow
And
down
it's
the
being
glut.
printed, which is also causing what? It's causing the value of the dollar to go down. But since the value of the dollar is going down, is anybody else is going up? No.
Nope.
We're all racing to the bottom.
That's right.
Every country is racing to the bottom. Every country. So here comes cryptocurrency. Hey, wait a minute. Somebody came on the scene and says, we're going to start a cryptocurrency. That was Bitcoin. They was the founding company, the founding idea, and they still don't know who created it. They have no idea who created Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, and it's the future of payment. It says, wait a minute. What are you talking about, the future of payment? So listen to it. Here it goes. When you go to the bank, if you put $1,000 in the bank, and a year from now you go back to your bank, are you going to get out $1,000? Or are you going to get more than $1,000? Or are you going to get less than $1,000? What's the answer?
We would hope more.
Don't answer it. I'm going to tell you what the answer is.
Okay, well,
You're going to get less than $1,000.
Oh.
You say, wait a minute. How am I going to get less than $1,000 if I put $1,000 in the bank? Because they're going to, it costs you money to put money in the bank now. If you don't use your money, they charge you a fee for having your money stored in the bank. You got a monthly fee. So that means if you're not using your money, you're going to start losing money out of your account. You just start losing money out of your account. What's the interest rate? 0.0001 something. So it might take you, if you had 1,000, it's called the rule of 72.
Right.
That means the rule of 72, look it up online, just go to Google, say rule of 72. What's going to happen is your money doubles based off the interest rate. Well, if you look at that, that's 72 years. If you had $1,000 in the bank, it's going to take 72 years to make another 1,000. Guys, are you hearing me?
Yes.
So now, here comes cryptocurrency. Say, wait a minute. I can get cryptocurrency, and let's give you a quick story about a pizza. Excuse me. Somebody bought a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoins when it first came out. A Bitcoin was worth 0.10 cents, whatever the case may be. Let's say 0.01 cent, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
And what happened, it got this person 10,000 Bitcoin, okay, to buy the pizza, all right? Now, the pizza was eaten. It's already good, but the coin stuck behind. All of a sudden, Bitcoin is taking off. I'm going to bring up Bitcoin because you can trade Bitcoin also. Bitcoin is traded right now at $421.50. If you go look at the history of Bitcoin, Bitcoin went to a high of almost $1,100. So think about this. The pizza was bought with 10,000 Bitcoin. 10,000. The value of it today, that same pizza, 10,000 times $421.50 equals the pizza is now worth $4,215,000.
Yeah.
Down to tell you people are missing Bitcoin. So how many people are making money in Bitcoin, or let's say this, in cryptocurrency? So cryptocurrency, what happened when people got started, it took a step of its own. People had to start mining, and that mining means they had to start changing the ledgers so people could start seeing how the ledgers are open, and if there's an open thing going on. Then all of a sudden, their coins start to increase in value. So it went to $1, went to $2, went to $5. And what happened every time that cryptocurrency went up $1, brand new millionaires have been created.
Oh, my goodness.
Brand new millionaires. Okay? So now, here comes your dollar bill. Is your dollar bill going to increase in value in the next year,
No.
2 years, 5 years, 10 years?
No.
Or is it going to be worth less money than what it is today?
Worthless.
It's going to be worth less money than it is today. So cryptocurrency is the new way to start receiving payments. You can go to an ATM machine right now, New York, different places around the world, take your phone, put your phone onto an ATM machine, and produce real cash from anywhere in the world. That's what cryptocurrency is.
Hey, listen,
the future
Derry.
of payment. Yes.
Derry, I did a commercial, it just so happens, for the entity that started Scott Coin, which was based on the same principle as Bitcoin, but for the country of Scotland. And so by you giving us that history now and me having this experience with these folks who created Scott Coin, is that to say that we're going to see an emergence of these various currencies, if you will, over the next months and years ahead?
You are, but there's one leader that's taken off. There's only one leader that's really, the world is seeing it by storm. And that one leader is OneCoin.
OneCoin.
And OneCoin, I'm just going to, if you go to a site called XCoinX, okay?
Xcoin.
I'm going to go in there real quick, XCoinX. I'm going to bring up some current information right now, okay? All right. So
xcoinx.com dot what?
xcoinx.com, correct.
Okay.
And it's called, and what they do, they bring up the 10 most popular cryptocurrencies in the world, not just U.S., in the world, okay? So who's rated number one? Bitcoin, because they're the first one. They got their market cap means how much money they produce, 6.5, almost $6.6 billion in market cap. You got it? 6.6 billion. And the coins, the value of the coins right now, like I just showed you, is $420. They say $426.97, $426.97. But OneCoin, ONECOIN, you can actually sign up with me on this. You join me right here with this. But OneCoin market cap is just broke $4 billion. They produce 1,000 millionaires in 15 months. Listen to me, guys. I said 1,000 millionaires. What company that you know of in history has created 1,000 millionaires in 15 months?
Wow.
Can't name one.
That really, I'm
You
floored.
can't name one. You cannot name one. And then their market cap is already in 15 months. What took Bitcoin, it took them, they've been in existence since 2009. So they're at $6.6 billion in market cap. Well, OneCoin is at $4 billion in market cap. Their price of the coin is $6.38. It's fluctuating between $6.28 and $6.45, but it went from 50 cents in 15 months to $6. The goal was to go from 50 cents in 2 years to hit €5. They did that. We are now going to start year 3. They believe that the coin is going to be valued. We can't say that it's going to be, right? I can't say that it's going to happen.
Right.
But if it goes from $6 to its projected value of $50, and between $100. So let's say, for example, you have 5,000 coins. Let's just bring it up. All right, I'm going to the calculator.
Right.
Right, let's go to the calculator, okay? So let's say you get started right now. Oh, and before we do this, let me say something else. Inside of OneCoin, it's the only opportunity where you can actually bring in a team and grow money quicker. What company can you name that 100% of its people, of the members, are all making money?
So, Derry, because we've got a few minutes.
Wait, hold on for 1 second. Wait, Tracy.
Okay.
I want the people to listen to this, what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name one company where 100% of the members are making money?
No.
Even if they don't do anything.
No.
Here's the reason why. You understand stocks? When a stock splits, you get like a 2-for-1 split. So
right.
if you owned 100 shares of stock,
right.
now you got 200 shares of stock.
Right.
Well, OneCoin it's splitting every 90, let's say 60 to 120 days.
Okay.
Splitting. So what does that mean? You own, when you first get started, let's say you come in with $5,000 or whatever, and you got $5,000 worth of tokens. And then all of a sudden, it's split. Well, now you got 10,000 tokens.
Right.
Those tokens go into mining, and that mining turns into OneCoin. So let's take this for example. If you have 5,000 coins, just 5,000 coins, at the current value right now, times $6.36 equals $31,800. If that same 5,000 coins and it goes to $50 equals $250,000, guys. That's what we missing. That's what we missing right there. That's the value by you getting started now, because it's doubling, it's tripling, it's growing like crazy. 5,000 coins, and all of a sudden, a year from now, it used to be worth 31,000. Now it's worth 250,000. Now let's go to your question.
Okay, all right. So we're going to have you on next month if you're available. But I'm while you're talking about all of these different coins, what I'm envisioning is digital coins. And if the majority of the population is not in tune with digital coins, then when that paper dollar truly fails, we're going to have poverty like we have never seen before across the United States and the other foreign nations. So we do definitely want to bring you back on, because we need to talk about how to store that money as well. So if you, Mike, if you can put up Derry's information one more time, please. Okay, this is how you can get in contact with Wall Street. Again, he's on Facebook, but the best place to go and find him is YouTube and search for Derry Perkison. He has all his videos out there. He's broken them down so that you can understand money management, the stocks, the trades, all of that. You need to watch your money and not have somebody else watch it for you, because we are expected to have another market failure.
Yes,
and
Derry, we want to talk to you about that market failure to come. And I think this is going to be the worst if the money is being converted into digital coins and we don't have that access to digital coins.
Yes.
We're going to be in a world of hurt.
We're going to continue this conversation for sure.
Yes. So again, this is MentorMe Memorable Moments in our financial health segment. We're here the third Sunday of every month, and Darius is going to be a continuation next. I keep doing that.
That's all right.
Wall Street is coming back next month to talk to us some more about this. But don't wait. Go and see him on YouTube. And so next Sunday, we're going to be here with Physical health. Coach D. Oh, Lord, she's been working it on social media. I don't know if she's going to work us.
Wow.
But until then, we want you to be safe, be smart, be healthy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey! Hey, 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 hey! Well, I wear my clothes like this because I can, and I wear my hair like this because I can, and I walk around like this because I can, and I do my thing like this because it's who I am. And if you're expecting me to give you an apology for being well, that just ain't hot. And if you expected me to give you an apology for being nothing like you used to, but go right on and head away. Hold your breath and concentrate. Keep holding till your face turns blue. See my road, it ain't your road, but trust I know just where I'm going. In my flow, it ain't your flow, but trust I know just how I'm flowing. I'ma do my thing. So please feel free to hate and complain. I'ma do my thing. And say what you like, 'cause this one ain't gonna change. I'ma do my thing. You don't know where I'm going, and so you think I'm lost. I ain't on your page, okay, so to you that means I'm off. When I dance to the beat of a drummer you don't hear and you can't see. So if I look off beat to you, well, the problem must be you, not me. Irregular and never irrelevant.